Alright, so the route is Chinatown, sewers, subway, warehouse, museum, and then we should hopefully get all that done. Of course, remember, cannot visit even the museum. You do that, and you just screwed yourself. Also, Cat. Cat says hi. As she licks my finger. Oh wait, yeah, BP. Gotta spend my bibs. Also, quick BRB. It's the cat. Corset's ready. Just had to give it a little bit more defense because the stick is looking pretty decent. Now, I will be getting better sticks, so I kind of need to start pumping the corset. Okay, items are good. Bonus. That'll be my swap armor. Cats. Oh wow, that one actually had an animation cancel. Yeah, those hits are gonna cost me BP, but that's fine. Melee runs aren't really good for BP. Corset's holding. Let's see, I believe, yeah, I gotta get the tool from the other room. I think it was just a tool of my main gun. Snakes. Snack. Thank you. Oh yeah, it's right next to the phone right here. Tool. Oh, a second. That leg. Leg doing leg things. It's leg day. Maybe I'll squeeze out another 2 encounters. Yeah, I'll squeeze out another couple of encounters and then I'll head in. See if I can get a level up. Because I may be pretty powerful right now, but it won't hurt to cushion it a little bit. the cat says hi. Not the killer cats shooting balls at me, but my actual cat. One more encounter? Just one? Because yeah, I don't have to do too much grinding. The museum will close the gap naturally as it is. But at the very least, I can still try to help make going through subway sewers and subway a little bit easier. And if not, game wants to be stingy, then yeah, we just keep going. And we're gonna get a useless chart. And the dress is added again. That dress is intense, smacking me around. But then again, the dress realizes, hey, we got an item we can't get rid of. Get some encounters. Hopefully get a couple of levels. Oh, bats. Yeah, I should try to minimize taking damage even if I am strong because BP. Does melee run kind of hard to do that? Nothing here. Okay. That's a level. Dirty stick. No worries about the parasite energy, it will naturally come back. There's going to be quite a few encounters in here. This one had nothing. Okay, that's good. Do I need every item? Not really, but is it nice to have? I mean, it's stuff. It's free. It's free stuff. I believe the box is back here. No? Okay. Not to show there's a giant pile of crap right there, but... Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was worth an encounter anyway. Nope. bets. Might be a box right here. No, it wasn't here. But there definitely should be a box over here. The most important thing here is to get a super tool. I'm gonna need to save super tools. That's a nice piece of item I would like. Stick that on the corset. The cat is licking herself. And they just got excited because they got a tool. Is this... Nope, just bets. Get a shoddy. Go this way. Maybe find a box? Or an encounter? Nope. So then I want to go up. Actually, go left. Let's go left. Left is a nice direction. And then we go up. Encounter? Nope. Okay, so let's go back this way. Yeah, let's go back this way. Probably should go back. Probably should have went this way first, and then went the other way, and then. It kind of makes more sense. Encounter? Nope. Let's head back. Okay. So we want to go down, left, up, up. Check for encounters, check the box. I think this one has a box. Maybe it's next door. Excuse me. Also, the cat is catting. Nope. Yep, there's an item. Nope. Usually enough, all the version counters on the left side over here. I think it's only like 2 versions, maybe 3. Well, with all the bat damage I've been taking, I wonder how bad my BP is gonna be for this crap. And this one should have the super tool? Yes, this one is a super tool. Most important tool in the game. That is by far the most important super tool in the game. Because you need that with the Club 1 to get rid of the steel skill from Club 3 so that you don't end up having to fight Triceratops and doing 1 point of damage every time you smack it. So, objectively, that is the most important super tool in the game. If anyone cares to argue that, by all means, we can go all day about it. It's like, Barbada, there's a 5% chance to super torn the subway. That's not the important one. That one's only a 5% chance. 95% chance, it's a regular tool. And then the super tool that you get over in the museum, you're gonna need that to move some stuff around with an armor, so that you can get the skills you need. I say skills, they're not really skills, but the effects you need, and the bonuses. So that tool is also reserved. So this tool is the most important super tool in the game. In a melee run. But even if it's not a melee run, that actually ends up being one of the most important. That ends up being the most important super tool. I wasn't bad on BP. I just suck because I have to take damage at times. Yeah, so technically I have to make an explanation. So this protector right there, because of the super tool you need for the Club 3, if you go through, you end up using this before you get this, you're going to be stuck with that AT down. So, because you're going to be tapped out on super tool, you're going to be tapped out on super tools. So that's why you need the other super tool, and you're not guaranteed the subway one either. So you need that. So you need the museum super tool for when you go from the CR protector to the CR vest. You need that one to move the health boost. Oh hey, hello box. That's what I was looking for. So you need the super tool in the museum for the CR protector to carry over the stats, because you're likely going to use the CR protector until the CR vest. The CR vest is just stats, no effects, and you want that HP bonus, but you're likely using CR protector because of the HP bonus, so super tool plus tool to move the health and the stats. That becomes the second most important super tool in the game. Is this the Froge? No, just bats. Where's the Froges? Supposed to be death Froges around here somewhere. I mean, I should probably count my blessings because I'm not fighting them, since they just liquor and half our defense goes out the door. And of course, there's some people out there that would be like, "Oh, I was getting licked and sucked in by a Froge." It's like, you keep that to yourself. Alright, I don't think I went this way, so let's actually check this one. Yep, there's that box. And then I believe I missed an encounter, so I gotta check that too. Actually, I think I missed a few areas now I think about it. So I gotta go here, check the 3 prongs, spit myself back out. And yes, that one room is the only one that has a box right there that's hiding, which is a shotgun, which you definitely want because burst is just freaking awesome. Alright, so I did get that box. So did I check? So in that case, if I didn't come here, did I check here and the other prong? Yeah, I think I rejected those, so I'm just gonna keep going. Now, in normal playthrough with club only, you're gonna grind where you can. But New Game Plus, you kind of have a cushion. Make use of it. Because in the end, it's not really gonna matter. In the end, like, all this won't matter anyway, because CHRYSLER Building will change everything. But we're not ready to go there yet. Right now, Io smells like... Correction, Iam. She smells like sewer. Now we're going to need to clean it off by going to the subway. How does going to the subway clean off the smell of sewer? Yes. So, lesson time. Assume the stick is Club 1. What you're supposed to do is... Oh wow, I don't even have stats to move. What you're supposed to do is assume the stick is Club 1, and this is Club 3. What you're supposed to do is super tool that out into Club 1, move whatever stats on Club 1 to Club 3, and boom, you're all set. That's it. You have to do that, or else you're gonna fight Triceratops, you're gonna do 1 damage, and you're gonna rage. Might be able to bullshit with Liberate, but that's a giant might. Bats. Jerk. Also, the glory of cutscenes is that cutscenes were not. There wasn't an alternate set of cutscenes for I am to be an address, so every cinematographic cutscene is going to be just like Central Park. And unfortunately, I can't skip the CG cutscenes, even though because we see them already in New Game. So yeah. Now you see, if this blob was smart, that giant mess of cells could have easily just glomped I am right there and called it a day. I mean, it's big enough to basically just slime for her, and it decides, nope, I'm just gonna deuce out. And we want to fight the terrorist alligators right here because they have stats. I could steal. I technically can steal. I do have the club for that. In fact, that's probably not a bad idea. Wow, even the Corset can protect from that damage. She might be under-leveled. That, or they're just highly tuned. Alright. Slightly alarming. They do a lot of damage. What the hell kind of crap I have in my inventory now? Alright, there we go. Maybe my CR evade is the reason for that. But then again, I think it might be a little bit on the underlevel side. Or those things are tuned to do just a high amount of damage for the intended level. Mid 3. At this point, mid 2s aren't going to do any justice. You're going to find mid 3s. But you kind of want to try and minimize the use of your mids. Let your parasite powers do the trick. It's why they're there. I mean, if you want to do a no powers run, you can certainly go ahead and do that. It'll be a little interesting. You're not gonna convince me to do a no powers run. Needless to say, I don't think the slime was appreciative of being ejected. In fact, it's day 5, and it's debunked that saving has no effect on the bonus BP. Or should I say, the rumor that saving affects bonus BP in New Game Plus? Not a thing. So yeah, do yourself a favor. Just save. As I pop something, and I probably shouldn't talk about that. And you notice, the animation just goes up a smooth diagonal. On stairs. The physics have been defied. Enjoy some fancy music. Now this stuff is, this is like freaking nightclub / rave music right here. You can thank me later for making you think that now. Kinda want to take advantage of every advantage I can think of. Yes, I worded that exactly the way I intended. Go off. And I believe this place only has 2 spawn locations, that's here and here. Well, it's both tracks. Both tracks are spawn spots, and that's it. Oh, bats. Ah! I don't really think I'm gonna get the XP I need to really get another level, so I'm just gonna go fight the killer centipede. If anyone's seen the centipede fight in New Game, this one should go faster, just by power numbers. Prepare for death. I'm pretty sure I could steal something, but I'm probably not gonna bother. Co-op 3 doesn't give me anything, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Get rid of the mid 2s. Because I don't have inventory space, I need to go drop everything off. Because there's stuff in the subway car over here. As we enjoy some more rave music. Tool. Beam protector. Tool. I'll save it for now. Just because I'm going to be making the ultimate armor, and I'm going to need to bring some stuff with me. So when it comes that time, when you see me actually bring super tools in the Chrysler building, like not store them, but take them with me, you're going to know exactly what I'm doing. This poor guy. Yep, get the key. Now the slime's moving towards the museum. Dun dun dun! And now I swap discs. I believe it is. Yep, there we go. Hey, fun fact, when I was playing Parasite Eve 2, and I actually did the disc swap, and I was like, why is this not working? Why is this not working? And I realized, oh, I screwed up the files. Oh, okay, where's my save? Where's my save? Check again. Oh. It made a new save file. I need to fix that. By the way, I will be playing Parasite Eve 2 in Nightmare mode in the future. It's not going to be anything fancy like this one where I'm doing club only. Parasite Eve 2 Nightmare, one goal. Live. No boxes? Okay, let's move. And say goodbye to the awesome rave music. So, we should go to the museum because, yes, but we won't go to the warehouse because stuff. But we need to go to the precinct because my inventory is not having a good day. Typically, an New Game Plus armor would have the storage +1 on it. Not this one. The new game armor? Well, not. I didn't take the storage +1. However, when we make the ultimate armor, it will have storage with a twist. You'll see it later. You see, normally you would actually use a lot of these tools because, well, there's guns, but when you don't get to use guns, So we don't get to use guns. I mean, look at all these guns that I have that you don't get to make use of. There's a reason why you get a lot of tools. But on the other hand, because of if... Oh, hey Charizard, how's it going? So I'm gonna go save because I'm gonna hit the warehouse, and the warehouse has obscenely high power enemies with a lot of speed. But I don't leave any leaf unturned, so we're gonna go hit the warehouse. Although, actually... Cancer vaccines. I'm surprised they can come up with a vaccine for cells that rapidly grow without an off switch. That's interesting. I mean, that's effectively what cancer is. It's a bunch of cells that don't have an off switch and they just keep reproducing. You'll have to fully explain that acronym. So a tiny box has a Walther PPK stored in it. And then there should be another box here. Yep. That is a tool. Ah, big words. I mean, gene modification, not really outside of our capability these days, considering that we can create retroviruses that are designed specifically to alter the genome. It'll be interesting to see what turns up with that science. Because cancer has been a pretty big deal, and there's like millions, in fact billions, that went to cancer research after all. Oh. it's actually pretty interesting. Be interesting to see how that pill works in a macro level. That makes sense. The one that they do that with the Air Force first, and it definitely makes sense that they would go with the military first on that one too. I mean, if they can deal with cancer in the military, then they can go next phase and deal with cancer in the civilian sector. And I'm gonna save right here because this place is pain. Also, give me a moment. So that's what's happening right now. I should probably... Okay. Just doing a little bit of setup on my end and also touching base on a couple of things. Just spare me for a moment. There we go. I mean, yeah, it's kind of too soon to say that. Kind of too soon on that one. I hold quite a bit of respect for Total Biscuit because Total Biscuit is one of the earliest pioneers in the gaming culture's consumer rights. Like, he was one of the major critics that held a match under developers and publishers that exercise poor business practices with their games. Losing him, on top of that, also took a massive dump on the lack of quality control that now we see prevalent in gaming these days. So, yeah. All the more reason why I state that I do hold quite a bit of respect to the man, and may his soul rest in peace as well, because it really sucks what happened to him. Oh, that's normal because this dress is not normal. So that anomaly is normal. The dress was put in with the game share code. Alright, don't get my health split in half. So, interesting thing about this game is that because the warehouse opens so early and gives you some nice gear, it tends to be. Hold on. So, going back on topic with the game for a moment, it's like this area is actually really tough because it opens up immediately when you do day 5. The only kicker is, well, everything will kill you in one hit if you try to go in so fast. Also, Hasty's your best friend in this fight because you need to stay next to that crab. You need to stay to the side of the crab, or otherwise the crab will murder you. I mean, when you compare the two games, Parasite Eve and Parasite Eve 2, it's kind of hard to make that analogy because Parasite Eve focused on the creatures morphing into monstrosities. Parasite Eve 2 focused on humans being turned into monstrosities. And because you have to factor in humans becoming things, I'm gonna take some heat damage. Hold on. So actually, I want to touch base on what you said. It's right there about like trying to get people in space. Yeah, it's gonna take a while, and I'll also have to factor in too, like trying to set up colonization. You have to actually be able to set up a self-sustaining means to keep a colony in a remote location, especially when you're dealing with no atmosphere. So that's something to consider as well. But yeah, it's like Parasite Eve versus Parasite Eve 2. The body horror was primarily focused on the animals. Plus, Parasite Eve was a lot more grotesque with what they did, because anything involving people, either A, they got completely ignited into a charred mass, or B, they got turned into goo. Parasite Eve 2, human volunteers, in air quotes, although one of them was actually a volunteer. Ow. Scooter, please hold still. Thank you. Parasite Eve 2, the body horror was really just people mutating into different things. And it was basically people turning into more primal creatures rather than like these grotesque monstrosities that went from a normal spider into this thing. And you actually see, and you don't really see the body horror itself other than the first human that you encounter that becomes a giant stranger, and then there's the woman inside Dryfield, and you don't even see a cutscene for that. It's just a transition from one model into another. In reality, Parasite Eve 2's body horror was very tame. It didn't go well into showing the actual mutation taking place. It just showed it just showed the aftermath. Aside from the first person you encounter. Oh shit. It's only mid 3. I'll be gameplaying those later on. That also means I need to heal. So, like, does that make sense, Charizard? Like, and when we look at Parasite Eve 2's body horror, like, they didn't really go into depth on the mutations. They just showed you the products. The second lady, it wasn't a cutscene like the first one was. The second lady was literally just a model swap from that lady into a stranger. That was it. We just cleared the warehouse in like 15 minutes. I think I'm also being judged by my cat. Oh wait, Charizard, you weren't here for when this happened in the previous stream, so I'm going to show you something funny. So Charizard, do yourself a favor and look at the mirror. Do you see it? Yep. If you want the technical to it, the game shortcode only changes the character model. That's it. It doesn't change the actual what happens in the mirror. Now, if you want to understand what kind of paradox this creates, I have a save file called Maya, which doesn't have that change, the dress code change. I named this character, who has a dress change, I am. If you want some serious WTF, think about that. The original model, I named Maya, and the dress model is I am. Just her name backwards. You just went to the technical. It's fine. Well, I say you, and technically we went to the technical. But it's kind of funny when you think about that. The fact that like you're seeing the tech behind the game, and because of how you named the characters in two separate save files, it creates this little paradoxical thing where it's like, okay, here's Maya in reverse, and the other save file is Maya, who can use a gun, and you wonder, it's like, wait, I'm looking at a reflection of the original save file. What is the reflection of reality? Is it the one before us, or are we the reflection? It's probably funnier if you look at the previous hold on. Ray tracing, yep. Something that the PS5 is gonna have trouble with, as far as I recall. And with our GTX 3000 series cards, ray tracing is gonna be not a problem. Do I have the money for a GTX 3000 series? Nope. It'll probably be another several years before I even look into a computer that can support a GTX 3K.
Just gotta hit more enemies, steal their money.
Yes. Wait, this isn't Castlevania Curse of Darkness. You see what I did there? Hello, Jez.
Hello, bit.
So, I just cleared Chinatown, the sewers, subway, and the warehouse all in 1 hour.
Good job.
Thank you. And now we must clear the museum.
I'm sorry.
Didn't the museum last time take like 6 hours?
Hey, Charizard.
Yeah, I explained to Charizard about the reflection of reality, but we went a little bit technical into how the PlayStation works. That's okay. The original skit is funnier. And encounter. So basically, just clear the museum, kill the T-Rex, cause the earthquake, get the gear, and then I can go straight into Chrysler. Oh no, True Duns. They're eating her. Sorry, the music was so loud I couldn't hear you.
Oh. I thought something happened.
I mean, stream's still going, right? I was getting bit by Trudons as well. And... I might as well use the med 3s, keep my inventory light. And somehow I have bonus points!
Well, I mean, you get bonus points when you level up in Movie Plus.
I mean, well, you get bonus points for every day you complete. You get bonus points normally when you go kill things and you level up, but you also get less bonus points, potentially 0, if you take too many hits.
Yeah.
And
you're taking a lot of hits.
In New Game, I took a lot of hits.
I think it's also kind of based off which damage. So if they're doing shit like 5 damage, it's probably not doing too much.
And Charizard is saying that you're not loud enough. Okay, that's definitely much better. Except for the fact that you may have accidentally peeked yourself.
Maybe.
Alright, let's go smack a Trudon. Smack.
Yeah, as I was saying, the beta Charizard, I think the formula is also based off damage. How much damage being dealt. So if Beta's just getting like single digit numbers all the time to get hits,
let's sort of inventory. So I want to maintain 8 meds. I think that's a safe number. And if I get more BP, I can start pumping up the armor a little bit better because I kind of needs it. But I also need to pump up the club too because the club is not going to see anything but BP. So I may want to pump that up instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And nice thing is I don't have the steel skill, so the shitty steel skill at that, so I can actually just do maximum damage. I mean, Mortal Shell is basically Dark Souls, but you can change your build on the fly.
Never heard of it.
It's a game that came out. Basically Dark Souls, except you do body swaps. And with those body swaps in particular, you can use those to go right ahead and... Oh, hold on a second. Wait, do I still have that Club 3 I can't use? Okay, good, I got rid of it. So you do body swaps, and each body has its own build. So you actually swap on the fly and change your strategy based on whatever it is that you're doing. But also like a Dark Souls, it's unforgiving because it will punish you if you so much sneeze out of order. Am I hype about it? Not really, I play Neo too. I'm more hype about that because it's Dark Souls in Japan with tits. And plus, Neo 2 is actually the Neo series in general is a lot more technical when it comes to the Souls-like combat. Like one example is, let's see, give me a moment. So one example with the Neo combat system is the fact they have the different stances. The different stances have advantages and weaknesses to themselves. And on top of that, guard breaking your enemy is certainly a thing. Yokai are a little bit tougher from that, but on the other hand, yokai just get straight up. Yokai will get straight up murdered if you exhaust their purple key, and then they're open to kill if their bar is completely red.
Goes from green to red, and you're almost dead.
Yeah. Yeah, Neo is just phenomenal. It's like, even though it is definitely harder than Dark Souls, I will definitely say that, it is a lot of fun. Its magic is also pretty interesting too, in itself. It's because you actually do get to do sorceries, but you also get to cast buffs, or sometimes just be like, screw it, I just want some luck. Also, enemy Scorpion. Get some more drugs, encounter the Scorpion. I never actually completed the first Neo, so... I put it on my to-do list, I just never bothered. I don't know, Neo... It's like the way that the Neo series is designed in general is the fact that every boss does have a typical way to take a smackdown. If you don't smack down a boss to a certain rhythm, you're gonna get straight up killed. And then of course, yeah, there's also the bullshit boss, because it's bullshit. those things happen. I mean, will I say Neo is perfect? Or Neo 1 or either Neo 1 or Neo 2? Nah, no game's perfect. Some games are phenomenal, though, and do earn their scores, but games being perfect? No, every game has a flaw somewhere. It's just a matter of seeing those flaws. Does it mean that game sucks? Not necessarily. I never heard of the Surge series, so... You ever heard of Surge series, Chaz?
The what series?
Surge?
Maybe. Probably just a name only.
Hello, Beatles. Not a bad fight. That's definitely not a bad fight. I mean, granted, it helps that I'm also doing a lot more damage. I better pop him at 3, though. Someone's messaging me. I wonder what this is. Just bear with me for a quick moment here. Okay. Alright, I'm good. Back to the action. You may not thank me for the curse of timing. Smack. Smack. So I gotta go downstairs, get the items, go upstairs, continue the path, do the death drop, do this thing right here. I mean, yeah, if you want honest reviews, just look at the reviews of people that actually play the games. That will sum up everything for you. If I recall, when I did museum, I had to do at least 2 or 3 runbacks to drop off loot, so I gotta make sure I do at least a couple of those. Alright, now we'll go downstairs and take a shot of whiskey. That's liver poisoning waiting to happen. Tool. Good old honey whiskey. I was contemplating getting some caffeine for this, but I was like, I don't want to get caffeine. I got whiskey. It's late at night. You don't drink caffeine at night. Unless you're working graveyard hours. Which, if you're working graveyard... that's funny, Charizard. That's funny. Medically speaking, that's also alarming. And now we're ready to break the game. I got pre-raise. Yeah, I definitely need to get the stick up because I need to get that bonus points. I need to get the plus attack on the stick. Roughly plus 150. That's a good number considering what I used on the gun. Not bad.
Indeed.
Clean battles are definitely what I'm looking for since I want that BP. Give him a med 4.
Clean.
And I believe, what direction do I take now? I'll let you explain that one, Charizard. You explain it better than I do. I mean, I'll put it this way, Charizard is perfectly fine. I mean, I don't try to really shut like tried to control the topic of the stream. It's like, hey, you're the viewer. Like, talk about what you want. It's perfectly fine. I'm just here to play for entertainment, and for both my entertainment as well as yours, and Jazz's, and my friend Leferrier, who can't see right now. And now I'm going to store a bunch of mid-threes everywhere. Open the box. I am. Please open the box. There we go. Should be able to tool that out. Let me take a look. Yeah, I got 2 tools. No. Get the. I am. Please, thank you. And she doesn't want to read. Okay. And now for the nice window scene, which if you slip, I believe falling is an instant kill.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike electrocution, where it's just amusing. Now watch this. In platform heels.
Nice.
Platform heels. And encounter. That would be pretty interesting to see chemo go out the door, since, I mean, chemo's really just you radiating the crap out of yourself in hopes that you take out the cancer cells before you're taken out. It's got me curious. My curiosity has been piqued. How about you, Jazz?
What could I do? What?
Charizard, what he's saying.
Let me catch up. I was distracted.
It's all good. I'll have to come back for this later.
Doesn't sound good. Because fucking cancer cells and shit, they're like almost like normal cells. Which is why it's kind of hard to get rid of them, because if it can kill a cancer cell, it can kill the living cell. That's why chemo's a bitch, because it can kill the cancer, but it also kills your own cells.
Whereas CRISPR is designed to apparently target those bad cells and basically just get that off switch set back in.
Well, how does it differentiate between a cancer and a living cell?
That's a good question.
Because if it's not something that's inherently only available in a cancer cell, then I'm sketchy of that. Like, the way it needs to work out is that it needs to have no effect on living cells, but only on the cancer cells, and medicine is not an intelligent thing in that regard unless it's nanomachines, son.
Well, for right now, I think the CRISPR thing only works for targeting brain cancer in particular. So if they want to do something like this, like there's different types of cancers, they would have to have different types of CRISPRs. Like, it's not going to be a one-size-fit-all. It's going to be, hey, we need to identify each and every single cancer.
I don't even know what the fuck CRISPR is, really.
It's big words.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like when Charizard explained it earlier, I was like, okay, big words.
Now, in my case specifically, when my mom had fucking cancer, it started out in her lungs and then it went up into her brain. And around that point, we had gone with a doctor who was doing some experimental treatments with some kind of drug or pill he made. And most, about like half the way through into doing that. Oh, hold on a second. Hello? Hey.
Yep, and then to highlight something you pointed out earlier, Charizard, with body horror, this is another example of why Parasite Eve was much better about it than Parasite Eve 2. Because we've seen a body get liquefied, now we can see a body reconstruct. Yeah, and that's the well, Jed's BRB. It's like, yeah, that's just major criticism to CRISPR. It's like how it actually works and how it actually works in terms of like how it would work in situations. But then I think about it and go, okay, for starter, it's a start because chemotherapy. We shouldn't stop at chemotherapy for sure. If there's a way to isolate and take out the cancer, like heck, by all means, freaking do it. And this is the first step to that because breakthroughs aren't going to happen in a matter of a few months or a few years. Like it's going to take a long time before cancer can be sniped out. And if CRISPR can pull it off for just one type of cancer, it's a step. It's a step in a direction. That's not just take the nuclear option and hope for the best. So I'm definitely curious to see how the CRISPR thing moves forward. It's not perfect. It's far from perfect. I acknowledge it. I wouldn't be one to say, hey, everyone jump on CRISPR. I'd be one to say, hey, you have options. Do the research, of course, but you have options. And that's all that matters.
Look out for the giant stick!
Nerd!
That's a lot of medicine.
Yeah, I may have stocked up a bit. In fact, I don't need all these medicines. This is not just from new. This is not just like New Game Plus, but also a bunch of storage from New Game itself. As you can see, I'm very good with using my medicine. And this is
Does revive work like a phoenix down, or
so revive. The way revive works, it's if you take a dive, it automatically kicks in.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright, so as I was saying with Mom and Cancer, unless you guys are still in the middle of something.
I was explaining revives. Revive, yeah, it will bring you back up if you take a dive, and if you have pre-raise, I believe pre-raise supersedes revive as well. So it's actually recommended once you have pre-raise and you're doing boss battles, keep your pre-raise up at all times.
Alright, so with Mom and Cancer, she once it got into her brain, we were taking like some kind of experimental medicine and shit for her, and the doc had her on like some normal ass shit for side effects and other stuff related to the cancer pressing on her brain and some other shit. And then there's the experimental pill. And after like about a month or two or so of, yeah, I think it was almost about a month after taking it, we went to go get her annual scan to see how things were, and the doc comes up and he's like, your cancer started in your lungs, correct? He's like, yeah, why? Well, we finished our scan and there's no cancer in her lungs anymore. And like, holy shit, this stuff's working. But it was still pretty much going to town on her brain, and it was the fucking aggressive. It was the aggressive type of cancer, so it spread. It spreads fast, and ultimately it didn't work in the end. She ended up dying, and I think that's more because she had a bunch of other complications that were cropping up, and they affected things. And I tried to warn the fucking doctor that, hey, we should take care of this stuff too, or else it's going to get in the way of the treatment. And this motherfucker had an ego and wouldn't do it because it wasn't part of his regimen. Ugh, it pisses me off. I fucking hate doctors. But whatever that shit was, it works. I don't think it was CRISPR.
Yep, but as mentioned, there's different types of cancers, so if it's not enough to just battle one thing. And also to the person that just jumped into the voice, don't mind Aya's dress. It has a mind of its own.
SD.
it's none other than SD Beta?
Also, we just watched a doctor get punched by a detective.
Yep.
And Aya's dress, Iam's dress.
Why?
Iam.
Yum.
This playthrough's been rather interesting. I think if you want the most shenanigans I've seen thus far in this playthrough, the last video has plenty of gold. We somehow rewrote the plot to where, like, all this is going on, it doesn't matter. Because we've concluded that I am is a reflection of Maya. We have questioned reality.
Fuck reality. I have money. How dare you?
And watch this building go nuclear. And in Clamp's last moments, he still hates it. He still hates everybody. That is a man of dedication. So dedicated, he died for what he believed in. So we're gonna wrap up the museum. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna wrap up the museum this stream. And then once the museum's wrapped up, we begin the preparation for the one, the only Chrysler Building.
The Ford building was closed.
Yep. Chrysler does not open until New Game Plus. You will find the worst enemies in there, a couple unique bosses, and the best equipment in the game. I mean, the only stick that's in the game is a nightstick. And there's five flavors of nightstick.
Just have go. You shall not pass. Slam down your.
I tried doing You Should Not Pass to a giant spider in New Game. The giant spider said otherwise. Also, I need to turn your audio up on my end. The game audio for me is very loud, so everyone sounds very quiet.
Oh, don't even worry. The quieter I am, the better.
Nah, it's fine. This is a stream for everybody. Everybody gets in on the dog pile. Also, Scorpion.
Is that a scorpion?
It is definitely a Scorpion, and not the type of scorpions you fight in RuneScape.
I haven't played RuneScape in a long while. I logged in just the other day, and apparently my account got hacked, and some hacker was on the Grand Exchange. So now I have an extra, like, 13 mil or something. 130 mil. Just sitting in my bank.
Yeah, it sucks for that guy. It's like, hey, you probably shouldn't hack people.
Probably. My account's like OG, like 10, 15 years old or something.
Oh, that's legit. I had an account that was actually one of the first accounts made in the first 2 weeks of the original RuneScape in 2001 being open to the public. But I ended up getting rid of it, and I couldn't get back. That account too has seen things. It saw the first clan war happen.
Oh. I remember when there weren't even clans. Literally, just go out to, because I was never big into grinding, because I never had membership. So I kind of just like sat around, leveling up as much as I could, but dicking around mostly.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, granted, RuneScape is all about grind anyway. I mean, that it's grind the game. But on the
pretty much.
same token, though,
That everyone used to sit out right above. What was it? Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Right before the wilderness, where the Grand Exchange is.
Edgeville.
What?
Edgeville? Oh no, Grand Exchange. No, that's Varrock. That city is Varrock. And then to the left of that is Edge.
Varrock?
And
I believe it is Varrock, because I remember it's right north of Lumbridge.
Actually, that would be inaccurate then, because it would be slightly northeast of Lumbridge. Because the way it works, like the map itself, I mean, it's slightly northeast of Lumbridge, mostly north, so that is Varrock. And then you go west of Varrock, and you end up in Grand Exchange, or south of the Grand Exchange is the Cooking Guild, and then further west is Edgeville and Barbarian Village, which is north of Draenor, which is west/northwest of Flumbridge.
Yeah, I just remember there used to be tons and tons of players that would sit out before the wilderness, and if you even dared step out there, it'd be a bloodbath.
Oh yeah, they just look and be like food.
It was just crows sitting at the edge of the border, pretty much.
And like crows, they're a bunch of dick birds.
Yep. I don't know. The only stat that I ever maxed out was, I think, either cooking or woodcutting. I think it was woodcutting.
I agree. Yeah, woodcutting would probably be the easy one to do, so I would believe woodcutting.
Yeah. Also reminds me, I had like a ton more levels in archery magic. Like I used to be level 21 and now I'm like level 43 or something.
Oh yeah, because someone took the account, thought they're gonna have a field day, and then you decide to make the guy look like an idiot by doing the simple thing of get your account back.
Yep. I didn't lose anything either. Like, it's not like they went out and sold my shit. It's just...
They just thought they got a free account, and it's just like, well, you just lost it. Freaking knockback.
I still don't know why there's a giant zombie dinosaur attacking you with premadoral magics.
Yes.
Are you in a museum?
Yes.
That explains it. In a museum.
Get out of here, Israel. I used to play League of Legends when it was still fun to me.
It's actually still pretty fun for the, like, rotating game modes and Aram, which is all random, all mid.
Right.
Alright. That's still fun. Like, they're currently doing one for all, where everybody is the same champion versus the other team who's also the same champion. So, you get like 5 Ezreals or like 5 Master
What was this shit back when we were playing?
It's on the PE if you guys want to check it out after all.
I'm good.
I feel it.
Thank you, though.
Especially because they changed all the items.
It changed everything.
Oh, yeah.
Characters,
The item
items,
system got a
story,
complete rework.
or at least what
Yeah.
story they decided to keep.
I don't know. The
I just
story.
remember- I liked the story when I was playing. Like, I liked how they were, you know, they had the Journal of Justice, and they were really like they were really like kind of building a world and shit with League of Legends.
And then
I liked it, and
And-
then
Riot happened.
when their
Correction,
and then-
Tencent happened.
yeah, then Tencent happened, and then their fucking lead narrative dude in interviews, you know, just totally took a shit on narrative and story, and I'm like, you fucking what?
How old is Ramus?
Pretty old.
But
And by
you've
pretty
seen
old, I
his
mean unknown.
backstory. I just want to point out, Ramus's backstory is literally he has no backstory.
Okay.
He doesn't even have any voice lines. Just
Well, yeah,
one.
he's never had voice lines. Except, okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you know.
By the way, T-Rex says hi.
But yeah. They've got a couple different game modes. They've got ultra rapid fire mode, which basically is 80% cooldown reduction on all abilities, and there is no mana expenditure. So you go around shooting projectiles non-stop, basically. Think like if Master Yi was on crack. And that's everybody. So that's fun. They were experimenting with a brand new game mode a while back as well. I forget what it's called. But it was buggy as all hell. I hope to see that back in the future. So how are you, Chaz?
Okay.
Just okay, not doing cool.
I am doing pretty fucking good, actually. It's just that it's been a hell of a month. It's finally gotten better.
Alright, T-Rex is dead. And then they're gonna do the last item sweep. Probably should heal. Last item sweep, and then I will stop by the precinct, do my final drop, and yeah, it's gonna end up being a short stream in that case, just because of the fact that once I do the final item sweep, I'm not gonna start CHRYSLER until the next stream. There's a good reason for it. There's a very good reason for it. I don't know how familiar or appears at EFSD, but for those that have played and know the CHRYSLER building, it's gonna take time. 77 floors of paint and loot.
Loot sounds good.
Oh, the loot's great. The paint is not.
No pain, no gain.
True statement. As I punch some more Trudons with a stick.
See, you should activate your Kung Fu Mastery.
All I can do is pump up the stick. The stick will carry us to victory. Or I just die.
It's both.
Alright, so I just gotta get to the 3rd floor as if I'm approaching Eve. Loot the 2 rooms and get the hell out. And should be a stairwell coming up in the next room, if I'm not mistaken. If we're lucky, we'll see some more encounters. I'll get another level. If not, there's a reason why I say Chrysler Building will balance everything.
Mm-hmm.
As you see, the stick is getting powerful, but we can make it better. We have the money. We have the technology.
We can rebuild them.
I know I screwed up the quote. I don't care. Alright, this cutscene's important, by the way. If this cutscene does not happen, you do not get to loot 2 rooms with some really nice equipment. But this cutscene is not the point of no return.
Stick your hand in it.
So we like that cutscene because we get this, this. I think that's it for this room.
I mean, but you're using just a stick, so that gun doesn't come in handy at all.
The gun? No. The tool? Yes.
Oh yeah.
So we want that cutscene because that's not the only room. There's one below us. And don't go up those stairs lead to Eve, which is not the point of return. The slimy door on the 4th floor is. So if you want to go to Chrysler Building in your New Game Plus, just don't go up those stairs. This is the second room. Which has that and super tool. Alright, so that's gonna be as good as I'm gonna get for the armor for now. Chrysler Building, we're gonna see some new stuff, and then it's gonna get rough in the Chrysler Building. I will persevere because I have pre-race. So, in the new game playthrough, day 5 took me a span of about 3 or 4 streams. I just completed the bulk of day 5. in 2 hours. It kind of helps the fact that I learned my mistake that happened in the new game. I had to get a little cheaty for that to fix my mistake. Why was it important? Well, Triceratops boss, for example, when I didn't fix the mistake, I was doing 1 damage. When I fixed the mistake, I did 33 damage per hit. Let's say Triceratops boss has quite a bit of health. You know how long that fight would take doing just ones?
3 hours.
Let's just say I wouldn't stream it.
3 hours.
3 hours.
Quiet phone.
3 hours is actually rather generous. All right, let's do my final dump. And enjoy.
Should you be in the bathroom for that?
I mean, my item box is the toilet for all my weapons that I can't use.
Now all I can imagine is Eva shoving a gun down the toilet saying, Go down! Go down!
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Ah,
Use a clamp, store a clamp key, store the revive. Definitely store the super tool. And yep,
Why you gotta be so loud?
6 mid 3s, and you know, I just casually have like a shitload of tools. Yeah, that looks right. So, yeah, I do apologize. This one's a bit of a short stream, but CHRYSLER Building, there's a good reason why. The CHRYSLER Building is going to take a while. CHRYSLER Building is divided into floors in tens. You can only go up or down the floors, procedurally generated maps, or I think they may be random generated, which actually just has a map pool and just says, we're just going to pull these maps everywhere, and this is what your CHRYSLER Building looks like. You have to manually go up and down every floor until you kill a boss, and then you get a key, and then can use the elevator. Don't mind the dress.
She identifies as a Black Hawk helicopter.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Also, you notice my save files.
Yeah. EX. Maya backwards.
Yep. Let me show you something funny. I showed it to Charizard, I showed it to Chaz. The last stream actually really was definitely comedy gold, but you're going to experience the paradox. So, I added address is from a game share code. Take a look at the mirror.
You're wearing pants.
Pants, jacket, the original outfit. And then you think about that. The original save I have is Maya, with the original outfit. This save is I am, which is Maya backwards, with the dress. Do you see what's happening here, SD?
Yeah.
We're having a very existential crisis. What is the reflection of reality? Is it the one before us, or are we the reflection?
Both. Both? Both.
That's the best answer I've heard. And just make sure I save. I'm gonna go save. I do have plans. We're going to be raiding someone. This guy is hosting a game show night. He's a fun guy. He's done Dragon Quest 1 and Zelda 1 randomizer commentaries. He's known for famous quotes such as, "Ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon."
Ganon.
LZ Cards Fan 23. So we're gonna go raid him. So I'm gonna get